Hi, welcome back. Yesterday I started off strong, if you ask me, in going through 18 sciences and tier ranking them. 5 stars being the best and 4 stars. Is he a spider? It is a spider. 5 stars being the best. 5 stars being the best, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, 1 star, stuff like that, based on the 18 science curriculums that I have done over the last few years. Okay, so where'd we leave off? Oh, okay, we left off at sunlight. I hate it. It's 1 star. I've done many videos on why I loathe it. I hate it. I can't stand it. I know I hate using that word. I loathe it. It would be the bane of my homeschooling existence because I bought so many years of it. Maybe it is. And Bookshark is the same. The reason I loathe it, I'll just give you a quick rundown. The reason it's 1 star to me is, first of all, because the teacher's manual, the textbook, the printable packet, all have pages that need to be printed off and utilized by your student, which would mean, in essence, that you need to buy all 3 of those for every child. That's ridiculous. That defies common sense. The second thing is your name is Sunlight, S-O-N. If your name was Sunlight, S-U-N, then, now understand this does not apply to the rest of Sunlight's programs because I've done their HBL, I've done their history, stuff like that. Doesn't apply to that. Specifically their science. Honestly, the book is so thick in kindergarten, like, are they becoming a doctor? Are they gonna have a degree at the end of this year? Like, that's what I wonder. It'd be great if, like, okay, at the end of this, your child knows everything they need to know for the rest of time. But no, they're in kindergarten and you want me to do this giant book. Their experiments, hot mess. You open up that experiment box. I spoke about moving beyond the page yesterday. That has by far the most organized experiment box I have ever seen. It's week by week by week by week. Same with Noeo Science I'm going to talk about today. They also, excellent sciencing. But just remember of another science that I went through that is free. Oh, I'll try and remember it. But anyway, to add on to the list. So Sunlight is 0. Oh yeah, your name is S-O-N, Sunlight, as in Christian. First of all, you share the same materials with Bookshark, which means you can't really go into, you're not going to be reading through their textbook and having the word God jump out at you. It just doesn't do that because it's the same textbook. It's the same materials, right? So, and I don't even like their book selections supporting it. And I love tons and tons and tons and tons of books. I love lots of books. I love their HBL books. I think are pretty good. My kindergartner love them. But anyway, so I hate Sunlight. I give it 1 star. I think everyone should throw it in the garbage. I know there's going to be people in the comments that are like, you're crazy. It's great. It's great. It's great. Fine. If you like it, go ahead. If you're super organized or organized enough that you can pull off an experiment every week, and you open up that box and it doesn't intimidate the crap out of you because you're like, wait, what supplies are these? Where are they supposed to go? It's literally a jumbled mess. It's a jumbled mess. And you're supposed to organize it out. Not only that, that's $79 for that box. And you still need additional supplies outside of that box. And if you did not get that box, I'm telling you, listen to other homeschools. They will tell you to get that stupid box because you're going to be looking for going to Hobby Lobby and then going to Home Depot, running a million different errands to get these obscure little pipes and parts and wheels and, come on, cheese balls, stuff like that. Ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. No, it's a no. It's a no. Oh! I wish they'd call me and be like, hey, can you help us improve it? I will do it for free. I will do it for free. To all those people who have started science with Sunlight and felt so completely overwhelmed and thought homeschooling is so difficult. You have to be super organized to homeschool. To use them, I would say yes, at least that particular curriculum. Okay, enough of the rant. Maybe they've changed it in the last year. Doubt it. Doubt it. Noeo Science, very good science. You can choose between, so grades 1 to 3 and I think 3 to 6. So grades 1 to 3, you open up the box. I've showed you a video. I can attach a video at the end if you want, but you open up the video, you open up the box, and in there is everything you need for, it's got your experiment book, the instructor's manual, the student logbook, and then it also has all the books that go along with it. Pretty interesting book selections, not bad, pretty good. It's got some comic books in there, so that's cool. And then you can choose between physics, biology, and chemistry to do it. I did the physics. Okay, and the experiments are, again, very organized experiments. They're week by week by week. You pull out the bags, you're good to go. So pretty good, not bad. I would say 4 stars. All right, let's go back to Rabbit Trails. Rabbit Trails is literature based. I have a few literature based down here. I give it 5 stars. I give it 5 stars because your book selections are exceptional. Her experiments and activities that you do are very entertaining, easy to do. I think we did the astronomy one. That's a great space one. If you want, I think I have a detailed review on it. I just like it the way you take balls and do the distance in like your backyard or in your living room to show the distance of space, like the ratios between that, plus her book selections. Her book selections are fantastic. They always are. So 5 stars to Rabbit Trails. Evan Moore. Nope. There's some Evan Moore products I love, some I don't love. There's science ones that I'm speaking of. I'll put on the screen, but the ones where they're like, you know, cover 5 things of science or 5 weeks of science, or I don't know. You read a topic, they pick a random topic. It feels like you read all about it for like, you do one day, 1 page a day, 1 page a day, 1 page a day. I think that's stupid. You just sit down and I just read it all at one time and we go through it. And I think it's unnecessary. I think it makes too many references to school. So it's not necessarily a lot of Evan Moore products I have a problem with because they make too many references to school, which is fine. The way Becca does it, in a way, it's not as bad. That would be almost like a 1/4 point off. It's just because it's not homeschool curriculum, Becca. But they do mention school in here, but not often. Just, I would say, once a book that I've noticed. However, Evan Moore mentions it quite often, like, think of who you sit with at lunch, or think of who you play with at recess. Think of who you ride home on the bus with. Like, come on, dude. So it's just not necessarily made for homeschool. So I would say 3. And yeah, the sciences I've done for them too, some of them are for teacher classrooms, can be used within a classroom. I don't know. The page a day irritates me in that concept with that thing. And again, one of my favorite grammars is the Evan Moore one. I've done a few videos on it. You can't just buy any Evan Moore grammar one. It's a specific one that I love because I bought the other one, not the same. So I do like some Evan Moore products, just not that. Okay, all-in-one curriculum. You may never have heard of all-in-one curriculum. It is all online. It's something like, I forget how much it was, but you paid that price and you got it. You got so many years of it. And it's online, it's printable. Their science really is all in one. It really is. Everything is there. You print it off and you read it. So I would give it 5 stars. It's fully complete, easy to implement. Yeah, I'd give it 5 stars. Hardcourt, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I feel like it's the public school system. Like when I was reading through it, I thought it'd be super engaging and I was pretty excited. I just didn't like it. I can't explain it except I didn't like it. That's not to say it's not complete. That's not to say the experiments weren't interesting enough. The one experiment we did, which I hate experiments, but this one I was like psyched to do this one, it was take chips from the same brand, low fat and fat, and then see which ones, and then put them on a plate and wait an hour and see which one had more fat. So it was just explaining the scientific method. So I found that pretty interesting. But in general, I stopped reading the Hardcourt, which is too bad because once again, I have a few years of it. And so I would say 4 stars, 4 to 5. I just didn't like it. I don't have a reason why. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't have a reason why. I don't know. So this is like almost incomplete. Like really, I know. Sorry I don't have a better review on it. Just didn't like it. I didn't like it and I quit it. I don't usually quit sciences. Usually I read them through. You have to be pretty uninteresting for me to quit it. Didn't quit it, and that's what I did with that science. Okay, Bonnie Rose writes, her science completely affordable. You have to decide which area you want, but she does like level A, level B, ones for handwriting, ones when they can't handwrite yet, when you're still tracing. So let me show you in some of hers. I bound this, so it's printable. Her stuff, I mean, I'm talking like $3, $2, $1. You can get a lot of her science stuff. So I give her 5 stars. So let me show you inside. So this one is a closer look at body systems, okay? So this is level 2. Which level is this? It's level B. So this is questions and answers about it. So 2 different systems, 2 different, still in the body, but. So this does a closer look at body systems. So you would read through this and then you can trace this. So I would like read that aloud and then my child, or I had him read it because he was old enough. That was like his reading and his handwriting for that day, the capillaries, stuff like that. But this is a little easier. So I started with this, and this is, take a look at this. So they have it where you do copy work and they have it doing handwriting. Speaking of which, I just bought her Sermon on the Mount. She's doing a lot of hymns right now for copy work, but this is, I want to say handwriting. I think it's called tracing. So this is body systems. Again, I think it's $3.49. I don't think it's much. So your body is made up of more than 10 trillion cells. So you get to do copy work there, but you also get to learn about the body, when organs work together. But again, so when you buy it, there's two different versions. There's the handwriting version, like the copy work version, and then there's the tracing version. So that's just what I printed out at the time. But it's very thick, very thorough. Your stomach starts to break down the food. Can you tell someone was littler or upset when doing that? I don't know which. When you swallow, okay, you don't need me to read through. But anyway, so it's a giant book on it. But this is what she has, and she has tons of this stuff. And my parents have a binding machine, and I want a binding machine so bad. I love it. I love it. All right, next up we have Torchlight. Torchlight, they have since changed their science. I believe they now endorse real science for kids. So that's a 5-star science. I talked about it, I think, on the last video. However, their science previous to this, 2 stars. 2 stars because it claimed it was, okay, it's secular, fine. But it doesn't bother me. But it claimed it was a literature-based curriculum. It was not. And not only that, I paid more buying from their website than buying it on Amazon. And they didn't email me back about that discrepancy. So that's a little frustrating there. And you'd think because of shipping, but no, it was like I printed it off and bound it. And I did one on DNA. They just have more like subjects that you dive into. Yeah, speaking of which, I think I did another science. I think I did the meteorology from Campfire. I mean, Campfire, I would go as far as to say Campfire, they're almost 5-star sciences to me. They reached out and asked me if they could send me another one, but I've done enough of their things that I was like, I don't know, I'll think about it. There wasn't one that really drew me, because I have a few of them. I have the Titanic, the Pirates, but the meteorology one, I would say, yeah, is another good one. I would say it's another 5-star one. But anyway, back to Torchlight. So the first one, I forget what it was. I'll put it on the screen just in case you see it out. No. As long as you understand what you're getting. What you're getting is something that I found the activities that they did, the experiments, or not experiments, but activities that they did, I found them on Pinterest for free. So I didn't need to pay for it. But then, okay, well, it's literature-based, so it has a story. It doesn't have a story. It has a character. There's a difference. There's a difference, and we all know storytelling is so interesting. It's such a good way to learn, which is another one that I don't think I wrote down here, which is the other one. Begins with an E. It's another science we did. It is very secular and I found it a little almost aggressive to the point, so I didn't really like that. Essential Science. It's the Sassafras series that they do. Their books are not, their books are secular, but they're not offensive in any way. Not that I read, but we did, yeah, we read the zoology book. It's not bad. So it basically teaches you an entire science curriculum in those novels. So you can read them. So I think that's a cool concept. Yeah. I think that's a cool concept, and I'd give it 5 stars. Okay, did I cover that? Okay, last one. I guess I'd give it, yeah, I mean 5 stars because I like that you have a whole curriculum in a book. You can buy additional things to go along with it, printables and stuff like that. I didn't bother. Now, next up is Generations. Oh, just to finish with the science whose name I can't remember. So the story is about these twins. The twins fail summer school, and so they have to go live with I think it's their crazy grandfather, and spend the summer with them. And then in order for them to pass, he gives them tests. And then they go on this zip line where they go to different times, different places, depending on, like for the biology one, they go to Africa, they go to the grasslands, they go to different things, and they have to locate different things. So interesting enough. The last science I'm going to talk about is definitely 5 stars. It is Generations. I am doing another Generations product because their history, I've done one history, is definitely 5 stars for me. But their science, God made me, hands down 5 stars. I will say, I think it says 3rd grade. I would wait till 4th grade to do it. Like, that's why I paused it, is because it's so thorough and so good. It was just so in-depth. I'm like, you know what? This is amazing. I'm going to wait till 4th grade just so that they can absorb more of this stuff. Because sometimes if you wait, kids can absorb more. But we did do like a quarter of the way through it. And again, 5 stars. 5 stars. Cannot fault Generations stuff in any way. All right, there you go. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my 2 videos. And I hope you come back. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments so I can do a video about it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.